Hi, my name is Aaliyah Brooks, and I'm a sophomore at NYU who's studying marketing and entrepreneurship. Today, I will be interviewing Saul Martin. Saul is the VP of Marketing at Architectural Woodworking Company. Saul is also a member of AWFS. AWFS stands for the Association Woodworking and Furnishing Suppliers. AWFS is the largest national trade association in the US, representing the interests of the broad array of companies that supply the home and commercial furnishings industry. Hi, Saul. Would you first please describe what your typical workday entails and what your first few years in your career were like?
Hi, yes. My day is pretty much starts at 7 a.m. Right, 7-ish. I come into the shop and pretty much get ready for the day by putting on my tape measure on my belt because we spend most of the day measuring stuff here. But as soon as I come in, essentially I'm reading drawings, working on stock bills. Optimizing materials, ordering materials and hardware for whatever project we are working on. I write the G code for the CNC router, depending on the type of project it is as well. And I'll walk around the shop and answer questions for the guys in the shop who are either cutting or assembling or finishing parts. I also do a little bit of wrenching. I work on some of the equipment. So if it breaks down, I'll jump in there and start doing a little bit of technical work on that, I guess. My day usually, as I said, starts at 7 a.m., but I don't usually leave here around 4:30, 5 o'clock. I'm kind of I'm a little different than most. I enjoy what I do. So I take a short break, short lunches, and work all day because I'm just here to try to get the stuff done. The first couple of years when I first started, I've been here 26 years or working on my 26th year now. I was an apprentice. So I'd essentially just clean the shop, throw the trash out, load and unload trucks, go on deliveries. Then I moved on to milling and a little bit of assembly, learned all the other facets of the shop and what it entails, all the different types of work and environments that you're in. And eventually I managed to work my way up to where I'm at now. It only took a couple of decades.
So what high school courses or college courses have you found most applicable to your career? And what courses do you wish that you had taken?
Well, I'd have to say that in woodworking, the first thing that really helped me to make a huge difference in what I do was math, geometry in particular. Even though I took algebra and calculus, that's all good stuff, but I've never really found it to be as practical as geometry has. And because of it, my AutoCAD skills are, essentially I jumped into AutoCAD and started drawing without really following any workbook or anything. So it really helped me out in my layout of any type of geometrical layout in case goods. Wood shop, I've been taking wood shop since 7th grade, 4 years in high school. At 2 years in college. So I really feel that you need to learn the fundamentals of woodworking and how things go together and learn to understand how wood works. And that's how all these courses taught me that. Safety around machinery was something I learned around woodworking in my woodshop class because you can get hurt real quick and you have to be very safe. Machine setups is also something I learned in woodshop. Other things that I think contributed to where I'm at is team sports. Although people don't really think about it, if you will play in a team sport, you have to know how to communicate and how to work with other people. So when you're working in a shop environment where there's 50 other guys, you have to be able to communicate with them to be able to successfully put out a project. Courses that I wish I would have taken, probably some metal shops, some electronics, some leadership and business classes. Although I have learned some of those things later on, I struggled a little bit, but I do machine my own stuff. So although I'm a woodworker by trade, I'll jump onto a machine lathe or a mill to cut parts that I need for equipment that breaks down. Yeah.
Great, thank you. What are the benefits of being a member of AWFS?
Uh, well, there's a lot of benefits. One of them is networking. Excuse me. You get to partake in committees if you want to, and get involved with a lot of stuff that goes on in the community, woodworking community or your local community. In AWFS, you can help out. At least I do. In Freshwood, in Design and Digital, which is a contest that AWFS has. I'm involved with the educational committee, public policy. So there's a lot of things that you can be involved with. One of their other chapters that they have is the Society of Wood Manufacturing, which I happen to be president at this point in time. And we focus a lot in supporting Skills USA California at this point. But we support Manufacturing Day and help out students who want to continue their career in the woodworking industry.
Cool. Can you tell me what you found most surprising about your career?
Well, opportunities for growth. Although I took woodshop and I always thought of working in the floor and being raised in East LA by a single parent, money was an issue. It was about working and making some money to pay the bills. And I never really looked at myself or thought of myself of ever really growing into a managerial position. And I worked through the shop, even though I kept myself pretty busy going to trade shows and getting involved with extracurricular activities. I guess that helped me to move along in a career path. There's a lot of room for growth. So I love working in the shop. So I've always managed the shop, but there's more possibilities in that, whether you want to become a draftsman. If you really enjoy working with AutoCAD, you could follow that type of career path, a project manager, a salesperson. So there's many career paths that I could have taken, and that was pretty surprising in the sense that you could go in almost any direction you want. And I never knew that. I just kind of stepped into it, I guess. And so, yeah.
Is there anything else that you would like to add or think would help someone considering your occupation?
Yeah, I like to say that you should follow what you enjoy doing as a career. Consider community college. I know that everybody pushes to go to a university, and sometimes it's a little too pricey. However, you could get a pretty good education. You get a great education. I graduated from a community college. So there's nothing wrong with joining a trade. A lot of times people will look at you and say, oh, you work in a trade, you're inferior. No, you actually make a very good living in the trade. So, and you could do very well on anything you choose to do so long as you strive to be the best at it. What else can I add? I'm sure I have a lot more. You need to prove yourself in the trenches when you do choose a career path. You got to get in there and get your hands dirty. You're not going to learn by making everything right the first time. You're allowed to make mistakes one time. So it's fine. You learn from your mistakes and you move on. So everybody needs to earn their wings one way or another. You will gain respect from your peers by demonstrating that you're capable of doing it as good as them, if not better. And that's how you essentially start moving up the rungs in the ladder of the career path. Right? So as a manager, don't expect people to do something that you wouldn't do yourself. So that's very important that if you're going to be leading people because of your capabilities, then you have to take into consideration that if you wouldn't do it yourself, your counterpart would not do it either. Shouldn't be doing it. And if you put in your time, you will have a rewarding future in whatever career path. I mean, I really hope that you choose woodworking, but it doesn't matter. You want to be a mechanic or anything else you enjoy doing, just get in there and get dirty.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Have a good rest of your day.
You too. Thank you so much.